Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Chris McGee, Byron Scott, James Worthy, Mike Bresnahan. We have Mike Trudell in Minneapolis. Lakers T-Wolves Game 3, a war as expected. The Lakers lose this one, guys, and after tying the game at 103 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, it was all Minnesota from there. They go on a 13-1 run. The Lakers 0 field goals made in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. But the story for me, unfortunately, in this game, and you guys can take it where you want to go, are the turnovers. And Stu and Bill talked a lot about it. 19 turnovers for 28 points from Minnesota. That's the most in a playoff game that we could track back to that the Lakers have ever given up. The Lakers outplayed them in a lot of ways in this game. Better from three, better in the rebounding category, shot a better percentage up until the last 4 minutes of that game. But you can't, on the road, big game, in a matchup like this, when you have a chance to get one on the road, and that's the job, is to get one. They were right there to do it. But Minnesota took advantage, and Ant closed it.
Yeah. The Lakers' mission going into Minnesota is to try to get home court advantage back. They didn't do it tonight. They still have a chance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to put this one behind you quickly and make adjustments for the next one. Geeter, the turnovers, you cannot win a game when you turn the ball over like that, especially when you're conceding 28 points off of those turnovers and 56 points in the paint. The game was, right there. It's just those timely turnovers and not making adjustments for McDaniels just ate them up. He just ate them up in the paint.
Tied a career high 30.
And so it was kind of an ugly game, a winnable game, but there were just a couple of moments where they were down 2, down 3, turnover, then that went to 5-6 point lead. So they're going to look at this and they're not going to like it, but they had a chance to win this game. They just couldn't take care of, some departments. Turnovers is one of them.
And Byron, I'm interested to get a coach's perspective, because as a fan or just watching the game like we are, so many of those turnovers seem like careless basketball plays. A lot of them happened right under the T-Wolves basket. Like Lakers just not handling the ball and giving up an easy layup. Some of them because they dribbled in traffic or just threw bad pass. It was interesting that a lot of those were really costly ones.
Yeah, some of it was over dribbling.
Yeah.
You try to penetrate too much or you try to do too much with the basketball. And again, when you get to this point in time in the season, when you're in the playoff mode, turnovers are such a crucial part of the game. You have to really emphasize taking care of the ball. And the turnovers that you do have cannot lead to easy buckets on the other end. Because again, we talked about transition defense. Make Minnesota a half-court team. If you let them get out in transition, a lot of bad things can happen. And with some of the turnovers that we had, like you said, Guy, a lot of them were just careless passes or lazy passes. They pick them off. It's 3-on-1, 3-on-2. It's layup. It's three-point play. It's wide open three-point shots. And those are the type of situations you don't want to keep putting yourself in. And I said before the game, I said, look, there's two guys on that bench that you really got to pay attention to, Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid. I said, those are the two guys, if you can just limit their touches and their activity on the offensive end, despite the way we play, we still win that game. But when you give up 41 points combined with those two guys, it makes it that much harder.
It makes it that much harder. We saw in Game 2, when you control those guys, what the game can look like for the Lakers. I mean, Brez, when you look on the other hand, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they gave 2 turnovers at the end by not shooting, so they ended up in double digits. But they were single digits in turnovers, just 9. So that's a huge difference in the game. And also in that last 4 minutes and 30 seconds, Brez, so many empty possessions for the Lakers where they really weren't getting a shot off. And they were in this game to win it. Never scored again.
Yeah, Luka scored a little over 4.5 left. Nice little 7-foot fadeaway. Lakers scored at 1 point the rest of the way. Austin Reeves free throw. 0 for 6 down the stretch for the Lakers. They're going to look at that, what happened in the half court, why did it break down? I think the really sad part for the Lakers tonight, LeBron, 38 points in 41 minutes, tack on 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, the guy played out of his mind, knowing probably full well Luka not feeling the greatest. Luka couldn't even start the third quarter because of whatever intestinal problems he's having. He did re-enter the game not long after that, but LeBron really put forth maximum effort, exactly what you'd be shocked to see from any other 40-year-old, not him. I feel like it's kind of a wasted loss because of that in particular.
Yeah, let's talk LeBron, and we'll talk Minnesota and McDaniels in a moment, because I think you led to a perfect. LeBron was great tonight,
yeah.
and I was going to lead with that if this game had gone differently. You got your LeBron game. Those games that we have all seen from him for the last 22 years. I mean, he did things, shoot from half court, basically, big game, rebounds. He did it all. Tough game to lose when LeBron gives you 38.
Well, we talked about it pregame. He's locked in. You know, the Lakers need a win. Luka not feeling well. We talked about his experience of knowing what to do and when to do it. And tonight was one of those games where he just said, look, that they need me to be assertive, knocking down threes, Geeter from half court, rebounding. He did it all. So LeBron's going to be there. He's going to be there. It's just the rest of the guys have to. And, I mean, he had a couple turnovers as well. But he's so dynamic in what he does and how he reads situations like this game tonight. He knew he had to step up, and he did. So the next game is a must-win. So you're going to see LeBron even elevate his play and his experience to another level on the next game.
Yeah, and you hope the next game, even though it's a really quick turnaround, Sunday afternoon.
12:30.
Sunday afternoon. Luka, hopefully in that next 36 hours, will be healthier and ready to play. I think the one key against Minnesota when you're playing them, especially in the fourth quarter, they're such a dynamic defensive team. You know, they're one of the only teams in the NBA in the top 5, top 10 on both offensive and defensively. So defensively, you have to make them move a little bit more, especially the last 3 or 4 minutes of a game. Because if you're stagnant with the basketball, they're just facing you. They got 5 guys damn near in the paint. And they're quick enough and they're athletic enough to be able to get out to shooters. And that's the one thing that they did. And we was talking in the room, Braz, I was saying, look, they're so good at packing the paint. Once you kick it out, you got to be in drive or attack mode instead of shooting so many threes, because now you can get to the free throw line, number 1. Number 2, that's easy points. Number 3, you stop the clock. Okay, so I think for the Lakers, especially the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, you got to do a little bit better job of movement on the offensive end to get these guys moving a little bit. And now they're chasing you off for threes, and you're able to attack a little bit more.
I'll tell you what, maybe we all underestimated the Minnesota defense coming into this. They're holding the Lakers to about 97 points over these first 3 games on average. It's not even Rudy Gobert.
No.
He's not the problem. It's the perimeter guys, harassing the Lakers. Luka obviously didn't feel great tonight, so that's more on Luka than on great Minnesota defense. But harassing the ball handlers, you said it earlier, it seemed like a lot of the Lakers' turnovers were under the Minnesota basket. That's the equivalent of fumbling over and over in your own red zone. It's like you just can't do that. And obviously that led to a lot of easy points for Minnesota. There's just one too many problems for the Lakers that they couldn't win this game. And again, a shame. LeBron's incredible effort ends in a loss.
I'm curious also, Brez, just how much it affected this Laker team. Obviously they knew Luka wasn't feeling well going in. We didn't know until Mike Trudell reported it at the beginning of the game, but you could tell he was struggling just in the way he was moving defensively. It seemed like Minnesota knew it, was going after him, but he just didn't have that same ability on offense to do what we're used to seeing him do. I mean, he ended